Good morning, student. We are going to continue our chapter biomolecules, and in that different topics which we have studied are in biomolecules. We have done that there are inorganic as well as organic compounds included in the biomolecules. In organic compounds, it includes minerals, water, etc. While if we are talking about organic, it includes carbohydrate, lipids, proteins, amino acid, enzymes, etc. Now, along with that, I've told you that they are macromolecules as well as micromolecules. Small units, okay, small units polymerize to form large units, molecules. They are termed as macromolecules. And like carbohydrate, lipids, proteins, all these are macromolecules. Now next is nucleotides. Free nucleotides, it plays very important role in cell signaling as well as metabolism. Okay, it is as convenient as universal carrier of metabolic energy and high energy electrons. Nucleotides are the subunit which are linked to nucleic acid. Okay, these are the subunits. Okay, subunits linked to nucleic acid, or we can say RNA or DNA. Okay, so nucleotides are the subunits which are linked to nucleic acid, RNA, DNA. Clear? Now, it is we can say that nucleotide is a storehouse of genetic material, or we can say genetic information. Clear? So nucleotides are the storehouse of genetic information. Now what are mainly nucleotides are composed of? Nucleotides are composed of three things: sugar, or we can say ribose. Okay, ribose chain, sugar chain. In this, either it is ribonucleic RNA or deoxyribonucleic. Okay. Now, second part is phosphate group. Okay. So, nucleotides contains phosphate group and nitrogenous base. Nitrogenous base. And what is this nitrogenous base? See, it is of two types. First is pyrimidine and other is purine. Okay. So in a nucleotide chain, ribose is there, phosphate group is there, nitrogenous base is there, and in nitrogenous base, pyrimidine or purine. These are the two nitrogenous base. Now out of these, pyrimidine includes three types of protein structure: cytosine, thymine. Okay, cytosine, thymine and uracil, while purine has adenine and guanine. Okay, so it has adenine and guanine. Now always in reproduction also we have said that there is change in DNA structure during copying. What do you mean by that? See, these are the protein structure which is present in DNA, okay, and even in RNA also. So during copying, what happened? These combination may change. Same protein is present, same structure is present, but their combination may change, which causes variation. Okay, so that is the reason of variation. But again, some of the combination are drastic, which may not survive or which is not compatible with all the cellular organelles, or we can say cellular structure. Okay, so there is these combinations are there which is different, which make that particular DNA peculiar. Okay, and when it is copied, there may be some variation during the copying, so which helps in evolution also, which helps in survival. So, but if the combination is not compatible with the other cellular structure, it will not survive. So, in nucleotides, just I have told you, it is a subunit linked to nucleic acid, RNA and DNA. And since it has RNA and DNA, it is known as storehouse of genetic information in cells, obviously. And nucleotides has 3 components: sugar, phosphate group, and nitrogenous base. Adenine, guanine, and cytosine. These are present in both RNA as well as DNA, while thymine, it is only present in DNA, while it is replaced by uracil in case of RNA. Okay, and you can see easily the structure. See, the phosphate group is bonded to 5 carbon of sugar, and when nucleotides are joined to form RNA or DNA, the phosphate of one nucleotide is joined to the sugar of next nucleotide at its 3 carbon to form sugar phosphate backbone of nucleic acid. You can easily observe the picture structure of nucleotides, and with the help of that you can understand. Now next is protein. See, protein is a principal organic constituent of a living cell. Okay, and protein are most diverse chemical in a living organism. And main components of protein is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen, and little bit amount of sulfur, phosphorus, iodine and iron. Now we can easily understand that formation of protein, it is a dehydration synthesis. Clear? Dehydration synthesis. Peptide bonds bind molecules of amino acid. A peptide bond is formed between carboxyl group of one amino acid and amino group of adjacent. Clear? And the proteins are synthesized at ribosome. We all know that. So mainly, if we are talking about protein, we are going to study about the chemical nature, its structure, then its importance, nutritional importance, and what are the different functions of different proteins. And it has different levels of protein structure. When we are talking about proteins, structure of protein, its composition, so we should know that there are 4 levels of proteins: primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary. Okay, so if we are talking about levels of proteins, okay, so first level is primary structure. Now, primary structure. See, primary structure means it is a linear structure Okay, linear structure of amino acid, or we can say it is a linear sequence of amino acid. Linear sequence of amino acid. Now, what is the function? See, mainly, what is the function of different proteins? It is decided by this primary structure only. Clear? Now, second level is secondary structure. Okay, second level is secondary structure. Now, this secondary structure, it is mainly depending upon the bond between CO and NH group. Okay, type of hydrogen bond. Okay, type of hydrogen bond between CO and NH group. It decides the secondary structure of that particular protein. Okay, so if the type of hydrogen bond changes, the secondary structure will also change. So, secondary structure totally depends upon the hydrogen bond between CO and NH group. Now, third is tertiary. Now, tertiary structure. So, it is the variety of bond. Okay, tertiary structure is the variety of bond which is interaction, which is due to the interaction between different amino acid. Okay, types of bond which is due to the interaction between amino acid that helps in the tertiary structure, or which forms the tertiary structure of protein. So it is the due to the variety, means tertiary structure is totally depending upon the variety of bond between the different amino acid. Okay, or we can say variety of bond between amino acid. Or we can say even not only variety of bond, we can say interaction. Okay, variety of bond and interaction. And last is quaternary structure. Okay, next is quaternary structure. See, all these are these are depending upon the types of bond. So what happened upon the quaternary structure? It is the interrelation between polypeptide chains. Okay, it is a interrelation between polypeptide chain having more than 2 peptides chain. Okay, see, poly means more than 2. So it depends upon the polypeptide, or it is due to the interaction between the polypeptide chain having more than 2 peptides chain. So these are the different levels of protein. After levels of protein, let us discuss different types. See, protein may be simple. In simple, it will include globular protein as well as fibrous protein. And next is conjugate protein. See, conjugate protein like hemoglobin, cytochromes, these are conjugate protein and it comes under chromoproteins. Then if we are talking about ribosome, TMB, these are also conjugate protein and it is included in nucleoprotein. Then blood, plasmaloy protein. Then it is included in the class lipoproteins. So there are different conjugate proteins, and even flavoprotein like NADH, dehydrogenase, succinate dehydrogenase, all these are included in flavoprotein. And there are many derived proteins also. It means by name only it is easily you can understand that derived means it is derived from others. So it is again of two types, primary and secondary. Now, each and every protein has its biological function. Like if we are talking about protective protein, then you can give the example of immunoglobulin, thrombin, fibrinogen, all these are protective protein. Then if we are talking about enzymes, then ribonuclease, amylase, trypsin, all these are enzymes. Contractile and motile, then it will be myosin, tubulin, actin. Now some are regulatory proteins also. Regulatory protein means which regulate. So obviously it is growth hormone, insulin, parathormone, and casein, gluteins, globulins. These are storage proteins. Okay. Then some of the proteins are structural proteins, means all. What is this? See, what are the different functions? Structural protein, it means it gives structure. So in that collagen, keratins, elastin, all these are included. And some proteins have the function related with the transportation, like hemoglobin, we can say, serum albumin, glucose transporter. So different proteins have different function. That function may be contractile and motile, enzyme, exotic protein, protective protein, regulatory protein, storage, structural, as well as transport protein. Lipids already have told you, and so lipids may be simple, complex, and again derived. We have discussed in simple fats and oil, then waxes, phospholipid, glycolipid, lipoproteins, steroids. Okay, these are different lipids which perform different functions, and already we have discussed these one by one. Now if we are talking about enzymes, see, the action of enzymes, we should understand that enzyme never participate in any of the reaction. Okay, enzymes are also termed as biocatalysts, and it never undergo any chemical changes. It enhances the rate of reaction. See, enzymes are composed of one or several polypeptide chains, and all enzymes are globular proteins. What happens? See, an enzyme lowers the activation energy for a reaction. It has no effect on the overall free energy change. It can also promote a chemical change that could proceed without it. Means an enzyme will simply speed up the rate of reaction. Now see the diagram. What it is showing? It is showing the mechanism of enzyme action. See, different theories are given. Like one is lock and key model, which is more acceptable, and the other is induced fit model. Okay, what happens? See, the specificity of enzyme, it is determined by the functional group of the substrate or product, and the functional group of enzyme and its cofactor, the physical proximity of these various functional groups. So these are the factors which determines the mechanism of enzyme action. See, the active site of enzyme by itself is complementary in shape to that of the substrate, and the substrate must have matching shape to fit into the site. The conformation of substrate and enzyme protein are only complementary after the binding reaction. Clear? So it get attached, and after the reaction is complete, again it is removed. Or we can say it get detached after completing. So it remain as it never participate in any of the reaction. It only enhances the rate of reaction. So we have completed this chapter. Go through the video and complete your notes. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me. You can call. And have a nice day. Thank you. God bless you.